Hey everybody, it's OzoneB, and I'm here starting a brand new series. This one is my world building series. Now, generally, I don't consider myself a very good builder at all, and so this is something that where I'm going to try to do better. I'm going to try to make things that, well, don't suck. It's hard for me. It really is. And we can go into creative, but I always just enjoy survival so much more. So in this series, this is where I spawn right in the middle of this plains. It's honestly kind of boring. Normally it's not a bad place to start, but I'm going to try to find something that works great, or looks good with the new 1.18 terrain. Try to really build in a way that works with the terrain instead of just my usual pattern of mowing everything all down, and making it flat. So anyway, I'm going to spend a little while looking around, trying to find someplace good to start building something. Well, here we are in a village after wandering far and wide. We've got these hills back over here that look promising, and some maybe shattered area over here that looks promising. Uh, I don't know that I'm feeling the shattered hills. Let's head over here and see what we find over here. All right, we've made it up to this area, and you know what? This is looking pretty fun. Lots of interesting terrain to deal with as we go up here uh, on top this hill. We got a nice lookout over all of the area around us. And there's our village back over there. I I think this looks like a pretty darn nice area to start to work in. I think this will do just fine. Let's get a small starter house set up, take down a bunch of these trees, and see where we get. There we go. Cleared out, leveled off. Should do nicely. Let's get started with our house. All right, well, here we are, a nice little starter house. It's not much to look at, but then most starter houses aren't. Actually, this is much better than many of the starter houses I've ever built. So, yeah, I mean, it's not great. It's still got room to improve by a long shot, but it's something. We all got to start somewhere, right? Look at this view. We got lots of trees, and there's the village down there, and we got some nice hills around to try to do something cool with, you know. All right, I think this area is going to work out just fine. Next thing I need is more cobblestone. I didn't collect very much as I was traveling along, and I found this crevice kind of just down the hill with a nice face of cobblestone. So I think it's time to start digging, going underground, collecting some stone. Well, as you can see, I'm not digging a standard 1x2 poke hole into the ground to get down to diamond level. I'm taking my time, making this a nice 2x2 at least, and spending some time actually putting in stairs and slabs to make it more traversable. This is something that took some time, but is something that I feel like adds a bunch of value. This is again about world building and my attempt at making something that looks pretty reasonable and look at. And it also looks rough, like it's an actual mine. It's not just a straight 2x2 tunnel all the way down. It takes some turns and some gaps on the sides and just having some fun with it. Eventually, we discovered this gigantic dripstone cave, which is still pretty cool to look at. And this thing just goes and goes and goes. There are some parts of it that keep going down all the way very deep. We've definitely been into the deep slate level. There, it keeps on going. There's a big old lava fall, and it's just, a really cool cave that's part of the new 1.18. You see all this ice. We kind of figured out that well, I don't have them on at the moment. But my boots were Frostwalker boots. I picked them up somewhere in a chest, and they were Frostwalker boots. And gosh darn it, that is just super helpful in this kind of cave. I didn't even realize it at the time, but it's great. It's great. Now, if you find a cave, the first thing you got to do is explore it, of course. And this one didn't disappoint. As you heard, it just was big and goes on and on and on. But it had lots of resources. I found lots of iron, which was desperately needed to get started and eventually outfit myself in iron armor. Found tons and tons of copper. So apparently 1.18 dripstone caves generate copper more frequently than other parts of the world generation. And I think I got 4 or 5 stacks of raw copper ore blocks, the ones where you put them all together. That's going to generate a lot of copper. And there's still some in here to be found and dug up. But I dug a lot of copper. Also found some lapis and redstone and gold, and collected some tuff and deep slate. These are all really nice blocks useful for building, and we're going to do something with that a little later. So given that this little crevice is the entrance to my mine, and the house is up there on a big old hill, I feel like one of the first things need to be doing is to make a path. Make something to help make this transition a little easier. Now, that's a very, very steep thing, and that's why I chose this area. We got some nice hills to work with here, trying to work within the terrain as much as possible. So, but the path, I think, needs to come up over this way and then come back around. So I think that's going to be one of the first things that we need to be working on today. All right, well, I have made a staircase out of the mine, and I've dropped in a few cobblestones leading up to the mountain and cleared out a bunch of trees. And so now we get to try to figure out how to make this path go where we want it to go. Baby steps, one thing at a time. Well, we got a path now. Took a little while to get it all laid out now. Well, it's certainly not finished, but we have a path. We've got some half slabs everywhere with cobblestone. Got a little bit of railing stuff going on, trying to figure that out. We've got some really bad steep drops here. I'm going to definitely have to add some railings because I am going to fall off and die, definitely. So yeah, we come along this way. We've got lots of path blocks all laid out with some variation and some oak slabs and some variation in elevations as we go along. Bringing this on down, and had to, like I said, had to clear out a lot of these birch trees. And then we come on down over here to our steps down into the mines. So it took a little bit of time, and it's still got some work to do. I think this big face, this big flat face needs something done to it. So let's see what I can figure out there. No, we'll come back to that another day. Now we just need to focus on trying to make this a little better. And as I'm looking around here, I realize that I've violated a cardinal rule when it comes to building. What is it? What's the rule? It's a square. You just don't do a square. See, this is hard for me. This is why I need practice, and that's the point of this world. So let's make some changes. Let's get it going, and we'll come back when we've got something to show. All right, well, we have definitely made some progress in this here house. Got ourselves a nice fireplace over here with some brickstone or deep, can't talk today, with some dripstone blocks and deep slate bricks. I'm getting used to F5, and some deep slate bricks on the floor over here. I also put tough in front of the doors and in front of the fireplace. You know, like it's a little dirtier stone. You know, you stop your feet as you come in. All right, yeah, we also bumped out the front entrance here just a little bit. I still need to put some stairs on top to make a roof for that. Rearranged, put the bed over here and the crafting bench sunk down here. Oh, look at this porch. Look at this lovely porch. And and the fireplace actually goes all the way up. No smoke coming out of it. That's, you know, a little less important. Oh, I also finished the brown stairs all the way around the roof. I might take and finish a pattern going up. I don't really know. But for right now, I'm pretty happy with this interior, you know? It's pretty basic, but it's better than the box that we were in. I did not bump this out. That may be another project for another day, but I think we're getting toward about the end of what we can do here today. So until next time, take care.